If you're looking for some good Star Trek to fill the void left by today's less than stellar examples, then ReExamined Reads, the Star Trek edition, is for you. We'll review works written in the 1960s all the way up until about 2012. We'll see which ones pass the tests of good writing, plot, characters, and canon, and measure up to the old standard of Trek. We're looking for those books you pick up when you're bored with rewatching all the old school series and you just need that Star Trek fix. We'll cover works written for Star Trek the original series, The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and even Enterprise. We'll evaluate works on a 1 through 5 star rating system, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. We won't be including Discovery or the J.J. Abrams rewrites. You can find more information on the reasons for excluding these shows, as well as a better look at the rating system on the videos ReExamined Reads Getting Started and ReExamined Reads Rating Star Trek Novels, both located on this channel. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe. Feedback is always welcome below, or find us on Facebook and Twitter at ReExamined Reads. On this edition of ReExamined Reads, we take a look at Rogue Saucer, a Next Generation novel by John Vornholt. It was published in 1996 by Pocket Books, a division of Simon & Schuster. It is available on Amazon. See the link below. It is suggested you watch The Next Generation Season 7 episode Preemptive Strike before reading this work. No exact year is given, but Rogue Saucer is set in a time after the events of that episode, but sometime before the Cardassians joined the Dominion. So let's take a look at the story without giving too much away. The Enterprise suffers damage to her saucer section in a Maquis attack. Picard orders the ship to Starbase 211 for repairs. At 211, the ship is met by Admiral Nechayev, who is leading a team that wants to test a new type of saucer section, one that can not only land on a planet, but can take off with the help of a tractor beam from a ship in orbit. As you know, the saucer section of the Enterprise can separate and be reattached to the ship. It follows that the docking clamps are standard, which means swapping out a saucer and replacing it with another should create no issues. Enterprise's saucer is detached and taken into space dock for repairs, and this new saucer is put in its place. Enterprise heads off to an uninhabited planet for this test, and the new saucer is separated from the Enterprise with Riker, LaForge, and Nechayev aboard. It is then stolen with a tractor beam, boarded, and hidden in a dust cloud several light years away by the Maquis. At this point, we have 3 storylines. The first storyline chronicles the events of the new saucer, with Riker, LaForge, and Nechayev trying to retake the ship. The second storyline looks at the events from the Star Drive section of the Enterprise and their attempts to find the rogue saucer. A third storyline involves the now repaired Enterprise's old saucer under the command of Beverly Crusher, leaving Starbase 211 and heading for a rendezvous with the Star Drive section. In the end, these 3 subplots converge on a primitive planet with a Cardassian Gaylord-class ship in orbit, making things difficult for the players. The writing is good in this book, and the characters are in character. It's an action-adventure novel from start to finish. There is no real character development, which doesn't detract at all from the read. Sometimes just working with the characters you have, especially in action-adventure, is perfectly acceptable. The best part of this book is that we have none of that pseudo-romance nonsense gumming up the works. If you're looking for a moonlit nights and smooches kind of story, this is not the novel for you. ReExamined Reads gives John Vornholt's Rogue Saucer a 5-star rating. The thing that moves this novel from 4 to 5 stars is the original idea and concept of swapping out, testing, and using whole new sections of the ship. While we all know the Enterprise is capable of separation, Vornholt's use of the technology is original. With so many novels and episodes out there, originality in Trek is something that you can't underestimate or easily dismiss. Vornholt's concept set my mind to wondering that if during the Dominion War, simply replacing star drives and saucers on damaged Starfleet ships was a common practice. Imagine for a moment if a Galaxy class came into a shipyard with extensive battle damage to the saucer, but minimal damage to the star drive section. Simply separate the ship, attach a new saucer, transfer all personnel, cargo, and goods, and get that ship right back into the fight within hours. The original saucer could then be repaired on the shipyard schedule. The fact that this book gets one thinking about other possibilities gives it a boost, and we think you'll enjoy it. Vornholt is the author of many other Star Trek novels, including A Time to Be Born, and in that same series, A Time to Die. He's also written some works for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer universe. Leave your comments on this book and suggestions for Star Trek novels you'd like to see reviewed below. If you really enjoyed this presentation, after you like and subscribe, send a link of this channel to your favorite Star Trek fan. It would be much appreciated. Remember, you can always find us on Facebook and at Twitter at ReExamined Reads. As always, thank you for watching.